So we've already figured out how to do this the difficult way to model it, and we're just going to make sure we can double check and see that we know how to do this. So sixth period had a little bit of confusion as to how to break this up. You want to put the pieces where you have to have so many on the longest side, because that will just make it easier to put them in there. We have two different sides here. We have sevenths and we have ninths. Since this is the longer side here, I'm going to split it up into ninths that way. So in order to do ninths, I'm going to cut it in thirds. Each of these thirds, I'm going to cut into thirds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And sevenths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Try to get this flat. It's not very flat. There we go. So I have to fill in 5 of these sevenths. So it's the sevenths that I'm dealing with. So I know that I need to do 5 of these. It's going to be about like that, all the way down, because this is the sevenths. A lot of people who may have made mistakes on the homework last night, they were only doing, and 2 of you did it in here, you guys are doing the ninth side for each one. So if you wanted to do 5 sevenths for some reason, you guys were doing 5 ninths instead of 5 sevenths. You don't want to do that, because you're dealing with the ninths rather than the sevenths, which is wrong. Okay, so then we have 2 ninths. So it's the ninths that we're dealing with, and the ninths go up and down, so I'm going to go 2, and you can't see that. Okay, let's try that again. Draw. Oops. 2 ninths. You can't see that either. Magenta? Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's pretty. 2 ninths. Okay, people, let's stop getting too excited here. I know you love math, but let's just chillax a little bit here. Okay, what is going on out here? Goodness, poor people. Okay. How many are going to be in the numerator of our fraction? What goes in the numerator, Chase? The double shaded, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we have how many total? It is the biggest number times the biggest number, which is going to be 63. 10 over 63. Does anything go into 63? A couple things do, but does it go into 10 as well? No. So we're simplified. 2 does not go to 63 because the ones digit is not even. So what we're going to do with this is I want you to circle this where it says, in your own words, how do you complete the problem? Then you're going to draw a line down here. Then you're going to call yourself by your first name.
I don't know my name.
You have to complete this. Yep. And none of your names are Scott, so you're not going to have Scott there. It's going to say your first name, or however you call yourself. So if you're known as Gorlock,
Dragon Slayer.
I am Gorlock. And the reason why you're writing this, is so you know when your notebooks are collected on Wednesday, you'll know it's like, hey, I wrote a note to myself. And you're like, why did I get marked off on my notebook? Like, because you didn't finish 6.3. No, that's just my impression of general middle schoolers. All right. So the reason why we're moving on is so you guys can have more time to do your homework, and the reason you're quiet is so you can give yourself more time to do your homework, right? Yeah. No, you're not going to talk when you're done with your homework. That'd be nice to not have any homework, but we're not looking too good so far. Okay. Now, here is the thing that you learned last year as 6th graders, because my 6th graders are joining right now. It said, rules for multiplying. A, keep your mouth closed. Yes. 2, multiply across the numerators. Numerators. And multiply across the, what is it? Yeah, denominators. Denominators, no. Please don't die in my classroom. We're all going to die someday, but please don't do it now. All right. And then, of course, there's our good friend. Simplify. Simplify. What? Mixed numbers. Mixed numbers. We need to change mixed numbers to what, like yesterday? Improper fractions, exactly. Where they improper fractions. Yep. Follow these steps for multiplying fractions from above. That's what they're talking about above it. And then, of course, we have to simplify. Beautiful. I don't know if you could hear that, but they sang that a little bit. And you add some style to it. Ooh, actually, righties, that's not as nice as you to do, I bet. To do that Y like that? Lefties are where it's at. You know why? You can apply. I applied for a lefty scholarship. I didn't get it, but yeah. When I was a junior in middle high school. Okay, here's the part where everybody was a little bit confused. So you are going to pay attention like this was your job. Because this is your job. No. I know that wasn't on purpose. You're fine. Okay, speaking of one time I came and walked between you all and said, you need to pay attention to this because it's very important and a lot of people had questions about it. You need to pay attention to this like it's your job. And then you continued to talk. And then a couple of you didn't pay attention when I asked people who has who has science on the back of their notes. We had several people raise their hand and no one else raised their hand. Now we're there. I have to stop, print up more of these copies, go next door, then come back and finally get it. How many of you, this time hear me, how many of you have science on the back of your math notes? Wow. So half of you didn't follow the directions the first time. Go next door, get the top 16 pieces of paper that are on Lysakowski's printer. Got it? That next door. Go. So for those of you that are watching, yeah. Thanks. Pause this? No, I don't feel like uploading 2 videos to have volleyball practice. We're going to continue because those of you who weren't listening, you're going to have to catch up. Okay? Cross-canceling, and this is the confusing part. So pay attention when I speak, because this is the exact reason why, because now you're going to have to catch up and you're not going to be going with it. Cross-canceling. change mixed numbers to, of course, once again, an improper fraction. And I don't feel like rewriting that again. And I'm going to use my technology to my advantage. And I'm just going to do this. Okay. Find numbers. I know I was just trying to be cool, but it didn't work. Find numbers that equally divide or factor into the diagonals. Diagonals, diagonals, diagonals. Diagonals, 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 diagonals. I'm trying to draw attention. Okay? So somebody else who didn't listen, hole punch them all. And then someone else who didn't listen is gonna to staple them, because that's what I did for the how many of you have a 2-page paper? 2-page notes that had science on the back? Thank you for listening. You don't, because you had science. Because you didn't have any at all. You did. Good. So we have to divide, or find numbers that equally divide into the diagonals. Now this example is teeny tiny, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to rewrite some of it on the other side. So it says here, I want you to number this, okay? So we're going to change all numbers into improper fractions. Then we're going to cross cancel. Then we're going to modify or multiply to the simplified equations. So step 1. Right there. We're going to change all mixed numbers into improper fractions. So we're taking this number here. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 3 is 27. We have 27 eighths. 27 eighths. Divided by negative 5 times 3 plus 1. Negative 5 times 3 plus 1 is negative 16. Then we have negative 3. Or sorry, just 3. Now this number here is negative. This number here is negative. So we need to make sure that we keep the negative here. Okay? Yes, ma'am. Because there's 2 sides, silly. Look. And also you stapled the wrong side. Look. There's the page you need. Jam. There. Now it's not. Okay. Yes. Oh, it looks like yeah. That's the old version. I don't know how I had that open. Don't worry about it. Just get it done. It'll still work. So, as it says here, we have to find numbers that evenly divide into the diagonals. What number evenly divides between 27 and 3? Or what's the greatest common factor of those ones? Lainey? It is 3. So I'm going to write down divided by 3 here. And there's been 3 students today that have not written down what I'm writing down right now. You do not want to fall for that same situation, because the homework will not make sense. The examples that I expect for you to do will not make sense. Okay? I'm just going to leave that at that for a moment. What goes into 8 and 16? What goes into the purple? Let's see, who haven't? Owen? 8 does. So I'm going to divide those two by 8. So I'm going to keep them on the colors that I had. So here's my division bar. Draw. What's 27 divided by 3? Anybody? 9. What is 3 divided by 3? Anybody? 1. Okay. Viewers at home, I took this guy, and it became this guy. Now, for the purple guys, what is 8 divided by 8? 1. What is 16, or negative 16 divided by 8? Negative 2. Remember, when we did multiplication, if you had one negative integer, you multiply it, it's going to be negative. So, what is 9 times negative 2? 9 times negative 2, Charlie? What? Thank you. Negative 18. What is 1 multiplied by 1? 1 times 1. Yeah. 1. What is negative 18 divided by 1? Here's your answer for that one. Where did that piece go that fell off? Now we out. Okay, well, don't lose track of that because I'm all out of staples. Right, so I want you to rewrite. Those of you who didn't catch the first bus, when I asked you who had science on the back of their homework, rewrite it like this. Rewrite it like this. Yeah. Right, same way I did, yeah. Half the people in this room do not have the example that looks like that. Now, everybody got that? Just two mixed numbers? Okay. On your worksheet, underneath where I have this upside down backwards part here, you're going to have 15 minutes to answer those 4 questions. Okay? You're going to have 15 minutes to answer those 4, not 15, 5 minutes to answer those 4 questions. Do not begin the homework until I pass it out. Yeah, I'm going to have the answers up here so in 5 minutes. So YouTube, I think I'm going to have it for you sooner. Yeah, YouTube, I'll put it up right now and then I'll end the video. So my class, you have 5 minutes. Internet class, you'll see it in about 10 seconds. Okay, let's see if I can get this so I can get the YouTube to not see all the answers right away. Don't look, YouTube. Don't look, YouTube. Don't look, YouTube. All right, YouTube, if you want to work it out, here is the questions, the independent examples. Pause the video now, and I will put the answers visible in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Looks like we're missing one here. Yeah. See if I can do this with my right hand. I'm not using my stylus right now, so. There we go. All right, YouTube. like, subscribe, I don't care.